Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. O Allah, open up the door of wisdom on us. Make our work easy and remove the utterance of my tongue so that people should understand. There are three types of parents, if you remember. There are three types of parents. Number one, there is one type of parent which is called the autocratic parents. These are the autocratic parents which are always have the decision-making powers in their hand. They never believe on having any sort of consultation or communication with their kids. What they are being precisely they've been focused on, that all the decision-makings is being in their hands. So they are autocratic type of parents. There is another extreme of parenting, and that is called a free parenting, a sort of permissive parenting. They are the one who believe that because for them, if they are been providing all the necessary stuff of all the luxuries for their kids, they do not need to actually go for anything extra onto it. And is anything asked by their kid, there is always a yes for them. These are absolutely on the other side, which is called a permissive sort of parents. The best type of parenting comes in the middle way, which is called a consultative type of parenting. Whenever we talk about consultative, we are talking about that as we have been doing an upbringing of the humankind, of human beings altogether, and our kids altogether. We have to engage them. We have to actually engage them into a process in which we have to instigate a sort of a theme within them so that they started asking some questions as well. Now you remember when our kids are been growing up, what are the first thing we are being always eager to listen was their first words, what we heard from our kids. And we are waiting anxiously for the time when they are going to started walking on their feet. Now our challenge is that when they started speaking and when they started walking around, there is certain type of parents which actually hold them and they say, don't speak, just keep quiet and sit over there. You must have to give a very positive self-identity to your kids, a very positive self-identity. I'm going to share some of the interesting experience during my parenting experiences. I remember when my son was in grade 2, one day he came, he was very jubilant and he was having a certificate in his hand. He said, Dad, I'm so happy because I was being declared as the best reader in my school. And I asked my son, I said, son, that's so amazing. How did you do that? He said that I actually issued a lot of books from the library and I'm the one who have read it. And when they have seen that I'm the one who has been issued a lot many books and read it, they given me that certificate. I said, amazing son, this is so much good. I'm so happy and so excited to hear that. You know what I did? I thought this is the time I have to induce that positive identity into my son. So what I did, I took the certificate. And like the way you can see on my back, there's a wall over there. So there was a wall just at the entrance of my apartment. So I put the certificate just on the wall. Just on the wall. So what happened that whenever we are having the guests are coming into our apartments and it's look very odd that there is one piece of paper has been affixed on the wall, and naturally they asked a question. They said, Kamran, what is that paper is all about? Then I told them, I said, are you aware of it? My son has just got the best reader certificate. And while the time I was been talking to them, my son is all around and he's feeling happy and joy on his face. I can see that. And you know, my dear friends, what happened? That simple act of inducing a positive identity, I created that identity in his mind that he's a reader. And you know, when he was been doing that, I'd never have to ask him to pick up the books and to read because the identity of reader has already been very well established into him. Right, so this is the identity we are talking about. So that identity, my dear friends, I have to ask you this counter question. What type of identity right now you are being endorsing into the minds of your kids? What type of identity? I have observed there are unfortunately some parents, when their kids are not performing better, they label them as a failure. They label them as an irresponsible. They label them as something which is not good. And you know, my dear friends, the important aspect which we are talking about, when we get the wrong labels, we try to live with that. So important aspect is being as a parenting, always induce, always produce, always support, always facilitative for a positive identity. You can see that if you go with the kids and if you found them, they are doing something good responsibly, my piece of advice is induce that responsibility factor. endorse them, highlight them, force them, tell them that they are the one who is actually being the one who is too responsible. They are responsible kid, they can take care of their home, their room, they are responsible kid, they can take care of their studies, etc. There is always, the psychologists say that there is a 3 continuum level. One level in which we operate is called our dependency. We are dependent on so many, so we are operating in a dependent mode. You might have observed even many of the people when they are being grown up physically, but they still live in the dependent mode. So this is the first stage. So we have to pull our kids out of the dependent mode and we have to put it into the next level, which is called an independent level.